Okay, I know I forgot to put the pictures on yesterday's devotion so that you could see the fall leaves. And so tonight I'm going to try to get those pictures on there for you. We're in AD 29, event number 15, the barren fig tree. Jesus is probably in the area of Perea, which is down to the east of Jerusalem, cross over the Jordan. And this particular event is only found in Luke chapter 13, verses 6 through 9. It's quite an interesting story because it says a certain man, it's a parable, of course, a certain man had a fig tree planted in his vineyard. He came looking for fruit, and it says he looked for it for 3 years, but never found any. So he told the person that kept up his vineyard, cut it down. There's no use of taking up space. And the vineyard keeper, of course, said, let it alone this 1 year and I'll dig around it, fertilize it, and if it doesn't produce fruit next year, fine. But if it does, great. If it doesn't produce fruit, we'll cut it down. Of course, the picture is the nation of Israel and the fact that they had not been fruitful, and Jesus came to give them a second chance to repent and to turn to God. It's quite an interesting story because I think we can preach a lot of different messages about God being a God of second chances. And certainly that was the case for me, and I know for many others that I know that have been saved, that we had opportunity and we missed it over and over again. But thankfully, Jesus came along and we were able to respond and become believers and saved, and many of us in ministry and doing fruitful things now. But I had a peach tree in my garden here on the mountain. It was just one peach tree. I don't know if you need more than one peach tree to cross-pollinate like you do with some other types of vegetables and fruits, but I had the one peach tree. I think 1 year we actually had a peach on it that got big enough to start to look like something, but most of the time between the squirrels, the birds, the bears, the deer, we never got any peaches off of that. And it was really quite funny because a little further up the mountain, some people planted a couple of peach trees that were just twigs, not full trees like we had, and they had an abundance of peaches on them. Same bears, same deer, same squirrels are all around, but they had probably 30 or 40 peaches on these little branches of a peach tree. Well, you know what I finally did after about 7 years of this peach tree in my garden? I took my chainsaw and took it down. There was no point in continuing to put fertilizer on it every year, and it was starting to rot in some places, and it just was not fruitful. I wonder sometimes if God looks at us and looks at our lives and sees that we're not very fruitful, and wonder if he says maybe I ought to take them out of the world because they're not being very fruitful. They're just taking up space. It's a sobering thought when you think about it. We're to be fruitful, and we're to bear fruit, and Jesus has done everything that he can for us. He's fertilized, he's dug around us, he's done all of the things. He's given us his word. He died for us on the cross, and yet we still don't produce fruit. Hope you'll challenge yourself to take a look at your fruitfulness. See how many people have you tried to share your faith with? How many people have you led to Christ? How faithful have you been with your stewardship and with your time and talents in the local church? And ask yourself, am I being fruitful? Or am I one of those things just taking up space that God is going to sooner or later say, might as well take it out because it's not doing any fruit bearing? That's my thought for the day. God bless you and have a great day.